This is a Central Line train to West London.
Ladies and gentlemen,
exponential technology is changing the way we live, work, and play. But the human mind does not deal with exponential thinking very well. We are seemingly on the first step of a staircase that promises to carry us into an unknown future that many of us are simply not prepared for. So to understand the current state of the world's most powerful exponential technology, I have traveled to London Tech Week to meet up with some of the world's leading technologists and thought leaders to help you understand the implications of these technologies on your world. My name is Matt Brown, and this is The State of X.
This is the biggest and most ambitious festival of technology this country has ever seen.
Even though the concept of artificial intelligence has been doing the rounds since the 1960s, progress in graphics processing units as well as networking, together with the need for big data, has put the same into the focus of several companies. Due to a sudden increase in data from various applications as well as the Internet of Things, and a requirement for real-time decision-making, artificial intelligence is fast becoming a main prerequisite and differentiator for several cloud providers. In the past, companies needed a lot of money as well as time to build up the infrastructure and technical know-how for AI-driven applications. Now, something called AI as a service has minimized the development time drastically. So basically, you get AI off the shelf as per your business needs. AI as a service promises to enable everyone, regardless of how much knowledge you possess, to reap the benefits of AI today and tomorrow. But in many cases, it's still a promise and not a reality. To get to the truth about the state of AI as a service, I spoke to Elizabeta Castiglioni, the CEO of A1 Digital, a company who is on a mission to bring human and machines together to translate digital potential to business results. Yeah. Hey guys, welcome back to State of X on Amazon Prime. With me today, I'm very privileged and honored to have the CEO of A1 Digital, Elisabetta. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
Cool. So we're going to demystify the X here, which is from science to reality in the context of AI and machine learning. But before we dive into the meat and the potatoes, why don't you give us a little bit of the headline backstory about A1 Digital and your role there?
Absolutely. So I am the CEO of A1 Digital, and we serve enterprise customers in two ways. One, in making sure that they can deliver smart assets. That is anything, any object or any other asset they might have, any infrastructure they might have with IoT platforms and machine learning on top of it. Mm-hmm. And all of this runs on our secure cloud infrastructure.
Okay, amazing. So let's talk about from science to reality, right? I mean, we're here at the AI Summit at Accelerated London Tech Week. AI is pretty much everywhere. There's robots running around on the floor, and so, but for the average business, for the average person, it's like AI is still something out there. It's not really in reality. How is A1 Digital making that a reality for businesses around the world?
Sure. Well, it has already happened. It's not anymore a question, is this going to happen? And it is good that it is happening because really we can translate, we can apply, and we want to talk about machine learning. Machine learning is really the part of AI that is really here and there, and we have a lot of use cases of machine learning as a service where we're helping our customers really realize business potentials.
I love that idea of machine learning as a service because it's like your first go-to as well. As an entrepreneur, as a tech startup, you have to build it yourself. When there's, and then of course that comes with a whole bunch of pain, right? Where am I going to find data scientists? Where am I going to find good data? I'm now going to learn this whole thing around AI development and essentially enablement. Whereas you've got a platform that's pretty much done for you, right? So explain to us, what does it mean when you say AI as a service?
Absolutely. And that's really the good news. All these anxieties, am I going to be attractive as a small and medium enterprise for all these data scientists who actually, anyway, are not very numerous? The good news is you don't really need so many of them. Actually, you don't even need any of them. You need just a very good business analyst that really understand your business, and then you can work with people like us who will provide the platform experts, and will work with you in conjunction with you. And the most important thing is really that you focus on your business priorities. What do you want to get out of it? And we have many examples. For example, we have a company that is in the energy trading sector. And those guys, they are required to put in bids, auctions every day. And the question there was, can we predict actually the best price? And they were working obviously with their own specialists over many years with a few people that had the domain knowledge. And we worked with them on a machine learning as a service project, by which then we were able, basically applying our models, platform people from our side, business experts from their side, and we were within a few weeks, our model was able to outperform the human by more than 10%. And obviously predicting the price of an auction, 10%, it really goes directly into the bottom line.
That's a big deal.
And so that is a huge enabler actually for getting business results, better business results. This is what it is.
Okay.
There's no magic. It's really working together, bringing the technical side and the business side together, using the platform as a service to get these business outcomes.
Okay.
That's what it is.
So let's talk more about some reality, right? So real world examples. So you mentioned the energy example. Are there any consumer facing examples that you can share?
Yeah, absolutely. We have many.
What are some like the top two or best example you can think of?
Yeah, one of it would be sales predictions. So we have another customer who is in the whole. It's a wholesaler for food and beverages to the catering industry, and they wanted to. They have, they have thousands of products and they have thousands of customers, and they wanted to know, is there a particular reason why certain customers at some point decrease, the buying from us and go to a competitor? So applying machine learning, obviously we could put a lot of other influencing factors in there. But what you want to do with machine learning is you want to exclude the obvious. You don't want to say, oh, no wonder in our region, for example, obviously November is a cold month. So in November you will not see much ice cream being sold. Obviously you don't want to have a model that will tell you exactly that. That is, but you want to.
It's kind of logical.
It's kind of logical.
So you exclude that
So
stuff.
that you want to exclude, but you factor in many more factors, and then you are actually able. And this is what our model does. You basically have confidence intervals in which sales of certain products will move, and as long as you are within those intervals, there's no problem. But whenever you leave that interval, then there will be an alarm that will be triggered to the company saying company X and Y is now behaving really differently from what we would predict them to expect, and therefore you need to do something about it. And obviously the human, and this is all about actually human and machines working together, because the human obviously will go to the other human, which is the sales guy and the purchaser, and say, is there something that we need to talk about?
Yeah, exactly. So there's a lot of talk about data. Bad data into an AI platform, not so great at predicting things. Great data, great output, right?
Absolutely.
So, but also more broadly, you think about data, right? Data was always a way to measure the past.
Yeah.
And now you can start to use data to predict the future.
Yes.
And I'm interested to get your expert opinion on where does the predictive power of AI begin to stop? Do you know what I mean? Like, let's take a consumer, for instance. We've got a whole bunch of data around consumers buying different things. So I know that you buy these 10 things in any given month more than anything else, right?
Yeah.
But then there's weather things and so on and so forth, as you described. Do you think AI is ever going to be able to fully predict human behavior?
I hope not, actually.
Can you imagine that?
No, and that is really the beauty of it. And this has really come back to human and machine.
Yeah.
So we don't want, obviously, the machine, to take over at all. We actually want them to help us, basically. And I think this is really where the real, differentiator of being human comes out. Really, all the emotional intelligence, really, that we will really want to preserve with the human beings.
Do you think, the whole narrative about AI and the singularity and, the negative narrative around AI, robotics, process automation, RPA, going to steal all of our jobs, automates everything in any industry. If it can be automated, AI will do that. And so it'll displace a whole bunch of people.
Yeah.
The counter argument to that, of course, is that when people are displaced, it's going to free them up to do other things like creative work. Do you know what I'm saying? And maybe begin to solve bigger problems and free up our knowledge capital and so on and so forth. Where do you stand?
So we think that digitalization and AI and machine learning, all of that, is a force for good. So we really believe in the coexistence of of the machines that will ease the work, and absolutely, if we can free up actually capacity to do more creative work, and in fact even today machine learning. You can make the case that machine learning stimulates your creativity, because now with machine learning you can ask your data questions that maybe you didn't even think you would be able to ask before. So this is really the power of machine learning.
Okay, so we're obviously here at Techcelerate London Tech Week. You gave a talk yesterday. Can you walk us through what your message was around your keynote?
The message is really machine learning as a service. Don't worry, obviously start now, but don't worry about building up capacity, reinventing the wheel. You can buy machine learning as a service. You can work with partners like us who will provide that service with you. You as an enterprise focus on your domain knowledge, which is really the key, the essence of what it is about, and then we can work together. We can bring the tools and focus actually on what the outcome. What do you want? What is the business outcome that you want to get out of it? And working in partnerships will make it happen.
So let's wrap this up. Why do you do what you do? What gets you out of bed in the morning?
Oh, because we take the world to a different place. This is really the reason. The digitalization presents so much opportunity, actually, for not only to enhance businesses, but also it's a force for good. That's what keeps me going. Really.
Amazing, Elisabetta. Thank you for being on the show.
Thank you very much.
Tell me something. What does the future of AI in education look like? It's a big question.
Yeah.
But out of all educators at scale using AI, you're probably the best guy to ask, right? So what does it look like? Is AI going to be, a true enabler of education at scale?